Hi, welcome back to Zazzle Chat. Today we are going to be talking about design tools. And I have with me Kat, who's our Director of Product. So, Kat, what does Director of Product mean here at Zazzle? And what do you do?
Yeah, so my team is responsible for the entire website, Zazzle.com. When you hear the word product, you might think of physical products like mugs or t-shirts. But when we say product here at Zazzle, that really means the different features and experiences that you see on our website. And Monica actually works on the physical product side, so she's the one kind of managing all of the different products that you design on. And my team's more responsible for the on-site experience for designing those products.
So, before we go more into what you do, what's actually your favorite product here at Zazzle?
Ooh, that's a good one. My favorite product is the vinyl banners that we have. I've used a lot of them for little events that I've hosted, and they really helped elevate the event and make it seem more professional, more legit. So I've actually ordered a couple banners for my daughter's birthday, for baby showers and other events, and the quality of those banners are amazing. You can use them outdoors. They have little grommets where you can hang them outside, and the way that it's printed, it's super saturated, beautiful colors, and the price point is excellent. So I would say that's probably one of my favorites.
Great. Yeah, that's a product we launched together. So it's fun that when you hear real life use cases for those. So it's always enriching. But okay, so back to what you actually do at Zazzle. So you said you help build products for our customers, our designers, and our makers to use. So let's talk about what you recently worked on.
Yeah, so recently we launched the following feature that you may have seen. We also added some new fonts to the design tool. And
I know designers are very excited about fonts.
Yes,
so this is the
definitely.
person you need to thank. So she really worked really hard on all the legal back end, adding the fonts, the technical stuff. So the reason you guys have new fonts because of Kat's team, which is great.
Yeah, and I think that was a definite team effort.
Yeah.
So Monica also worked on that. And there's just a ton of different things that we're launching on our site on a regular basis. So everything from the new design tool to improvements in your stores or your accounts. We just launched the edit link on your product pages so that you can edit things quicker. So our team is really working hard to bring you guys features that will really help make your work more efficient and your experience on Zazzle a lot more fun. We also listen to you guys. We look at the forums. You may have seen me on the forums, and we make sure that we get your guys' feedback, and we are listening. There's a lot of things that we're trying to do, and there's a lot of complex problems that we're trying to solve for. But our end goal is we want to make the customers and the designers happy.
So you're also a designer on Zazzle, right?
I am, and actually I really encourage my team to design as well and to use our site to experience what it's like to be a designer. So I have my own store, I design, I use the design tool almost every day, and I think it's really important for our team to know the challenges and the experience that designers are facing so that we can build better products for them.
Just a sidebar, Zazzle actually has a policy where if you work at Zazzle, we don't feature any of your products. So you don't have to worry about competing with Kat for royalties because her products or anyone who works at Zazzle's are not featured on the site. So that's just a sidebar.
Yeah. But again, it's really important for us to use the tools so that we can come up with the right features and experiences for you. And we're also looking at the forums. We're talking to designers. We have a lot of different inputs to building the things that we build. So I think it's really important for us to to get the feedback from you guys as well. So feel free to shout out to me in the forums or respond to this video with any ideas, any feedback. It's always listened to. So
yeah, it's great. It's always good to know that that their feedback or your feedback is actually being read by a live human and that action is being taken. A lot of the times we are working on things, it's just they're more complicated than you realize. Sometimes smaller things, when I talk to engineers, I'm like, oh, I didn't realize it was that complicated, but it's always good to continue to learn. That being said, Kat recently launched a new shapes feature. So why shapes?
yeah, so as I said, I am also a designer. So I forgot what I was designing, but I was designing something and I just felt, oh, you know what, I really just need a line in this design or a simple white box. And, having to go through that experience, having to open up another tool and create those shapes and load them back into our tool, I just realized, there must be an easier way to do this. We have to add this feature to our site. And also I noticed that a lot of designers have been requesting for that feature as well. So it was something that I felt was long overdue, that we needed to have a feature like this, and I'm really happy with the outcome.
Well, let's jump into the design tool.
Great.
So I just opened up the design tool.
Yes.
Why don't you show us how to use it?
Great. Okay. So you'll notice at the top there's a new button called Add Shape. If you hit this button, you'll see there are 3 shapes that you can choose from. We've got a line, a rectangle, and an oval. So we can start with the line first. So once you hit Add Line, you'll see that a line appears onto your canvas. At the very bottom in your toolbar, you'll see the border color and the border thickness, or the line thickness. So for the border thickness, you can actually go in and manually change this to whatever number you prefer, or use the up and down arrows to adjust incrementally. And then for the border color, you can go in and you can choose your desired color, and there you have it. You have a line to your specifications. Now you can drag to resize it, or you can rotate it to however you'd like. So pretty straightforward. Now let's go in and add a rectangle.
So again, I think the color is the same and the spacing the same, but there's a new little tool.
Right, so at the bottom you'll see now there's a little paint can icon, and that represents the fill color. So to change the fill color, you hit the white swatch here, and you can actually make this fill transparent by hitting this small transparent swatch on the left here. So now I've got just a black outlined square. And again, I can adjust the border color and the border thickness as I'd like. So, same goes for the circle or the oval. So a couple of quick tips I want to show you are the keyboard shortcuts for this. So if you hit Shift and drag, you'll notice that the aspect ratio of the shape remains constant. So this is really good if you want to maintain that square shape or that circular shape. If you don't hit Shift, you'll see that as you resize it, it is transforming in free form. So,
okay, so these shortcuts are similar to what you would see on maybe a PowerPoint or a Word.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of these shortcuts on multiple softwares. So it's pretty intuitive, in my opinion. And then one more quick keyboard shortcut. If you hit Alt or Option, depending on your keyboard, and you drag, what you'll see is that it maintains, or it locks the scaling from the center. So you'll see both sides moving simultaneously. So that's a really nice way to also resize your shapes. So you can also do this with the oval or circles as well. So that's pretty much it for the Shapes tool. I think it's pretty intuitive. If you have questions, you can always reach out to us via the form.
And you said we are looking to hopefully add some new
Yeah,
case.
so I don't know if you guys have seen, but in the forum, we asked you for ideas for additional shapes to add. So we are listening and taking your feedback. So,
Cool.
and I want to show you one more thing that we added. At the top bar, you'll see this new button called Tool Settings with this
Okay.
little gear icon here.
Yep.
So if you hit that, you'll notice that the guidelines and grid lines have moved under this button. And we have this new feature called snapping. So what's snapping? So snapping allows you to align your objects to both the center of the canvas and align your objects to other objects in your canvas. So as you can see, maybe I want this circle to be in the center of the canvas. If I slightly drag towards the center, I'll notice a red line horizontally, and if I drag a little bit further down, I'll see another red line vertically, and that will help you snap to center.
That's cool. So you can easily find find the balance within your design.
Exactly.
So does it actually use the bleed or the safe line?
That's a really good question. It actually goes to the print line.
Okay, cool.
So another cool thing is that you can also snap to your objects. So that's where you'll see little green lines popping up to align them to each other. And I think that's really useful when you want to make sure that everything is evenly laid out on your canvas. So it's a really cool new setting. And if you hit this checkbox for snapping, or you can also turn it off, and we'll remember your settings. So it's kind of nice that you can create your own personal settings, and we'll always remember it for you.
So just to recap, snapping to center is the red line, and snapping to the object is green line.
Yes.
And again, save your preferences because Zazzle will remember your settings.
Exactly.
Cool.
So I hope these new features and tools are helpful and useful to you, and we can't wait to see what you make from these.